let's keep wrangling with Liz and Justin. What I want to do is go back to the story I mentioned at the top of the program. And just to refresh your memory, here is Melbourne property developer Tim Gurner.
We need to see unemployment rise. Unemployment has to jump 40, 50% in my view. We need to see pain in the economy. We need to remind people that they work for the employer, not the other way around.
Melbourne property developer Tim Gurner. Justin, I'd not heard of him before, but what a horrendously heartless and aggressive way to talk about the economy. He wants unemployment. He wants layoffs because that'll signal the economic opportunity that he wants.
You know, I just feel like weeping sometimes at some of the people that manage to become successful in this country. I mean, I've never heard of this guy either. I've been happily ignorant of him until today. But I look at him and I think, who is this smug, self-satisfied, dreadful piece of crap? I mean, anyone who was working for him today shouldn't be working for him tomorrow. They should take strike action. I think, and look, I also say this, what the hell is the Australian Financial Review giving a dreadful human being like this a platform? What the hell were they thinking? I mean, here's a guy who is honestly advocating that more people go to work and that they feel pain and they can't feed their family, they can't put clothes on the kids or send their kids to school just so he can lie in his pockets. I weep sometimes. It
is extraordinary.
For what passes as success here.
Well, to be fair to the AFR, they ran a sort of business conference and they got leading figures to talk there, and he's a successful property developer. They didn't put those words into his mouth, but that's what he came out with. And Liz, the point here is that most of us in this country, whether people are really feeling the pain as most people are and those who aren't, everyone's hoping that we can get through this situation. We know it's a difficult economic environment. We want to get through it without sliding into recession and without unemployment leaping forward. And he's saying, no, what we need is unemployment.
Well, I hope he resigns and takes one for the team.
Exactly.
That would be
Makes
wonderful.
himself unemployed.
But the point that this guy was making, because it actually got worse, he was like, the need to feel the economic pain. Workers got arrogant during COVID. They need to be taken down a peg. These were the kinds of words that he was using. Meanwhile, we know that productivity has grown. Real wages haven't. Corporate profits are doing very well. Wages haven't. Inflation's at 6%. Wage growth is at 3.7%. And here we've got these billionaire pricks screaming at us, work harder, slaves. It's absolutely disgusting. And I just love that this guy had no idea it would go viral worldwide. That's exactly what it did. Now everyone knows he's an absolute jerk.
Yeah. He's an asshole around the world at the moment. That's pretty much how he's being viewed. I think 10 million views of that last I saw. And he's got to come out and explain himself and apologise. That's not the way you talk about people.
He doesn't look like that kind of guy, I've got to say.
Indeed. Now, I want to go from that property developer level down to the backyard wrangle, the front yard wrangling with our rubbish bins every week. And I mentioned this story. It's only happening in one major inner city council in Sydney now, but I mention it because it's coming to a street near you. These things always catch on. They want to stop picking up your red garbage bin every week because they're worried about landfill and everything else, saving money probably. They want to come back every 2 weeks. How's your back lane or a footpath going to smell if people's bins have been in the hot sun for 2 weeks?
And it doesn't reduce the waste. It just means the waste will sit around in streets and back alleys and other people start cramming other people's bins and starting neighbour wars. People aren't going to produce less waste. They're just going to have to stack it up mountains high every 2 weeks. This makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
It is disgusting. It doesn't make any sense, Justin, but I get the feeling with this thing, just the way that we all have, 3 or 4 bins now, this thing, if it works in this council, will take off around the country. They'll all want to save money the same way.
Yeah. Hey, you know what I love about this story is that it's a wacky council story, and for the first time ever, it's not a Melbourne
It's not
council.
Melbourne, yeah.
This is big for me. This is big because I think it's the first time it's ever happened. Usually it's just the wackos down here. Well, you know what? I actually kind of like the idea of it in part. If you were to say to people, hey, listen, would you cut your bin collection in half and we will give you a reduction in rates? Because, and we'll knock your rates down and we'll pick up your bin every fortnight if that suits with you. I actually think that there's something good behind, but that's not their motivation, unfortunately. They're just trying to save as much as they can and charge us more rates. So,
Look,
which is a shame, because it could work.
If they were paranoid about the amount of waste and they wanted to reduce that so that people, split it up into the other bins more readily, then make a smaller red bin. But in this country, you need it picked up every week. But the idea of playing cricket in the back lane with my boys, with bins that have been out there for 2 weeks.
With pegs on your nose.
But you're right. You're so right, Justin. There's a couple of councils not far from where you are, Darebin Council and Yarra, I think the Yarra Valley Council over. They'll be wanting to top this. They're going to, in Melbourne, you won't get your red bin collected. You'll get it done monthly, I reckon.
Once a month. Once a month. That's more
We're
than
going to have a bin. We're going to have a bin about this size. This will be the next. This is a model. This is a scale model of the bin in Yarra Council. I think they've got set for next year. So good luck with that.